Welcome back, YouTubers. Last time I took out a little tank here, the PZ35T, into test drive so we could see how the game generally feels and moves in a test drive, and I showed some armor advantages, disadvantages, stuff like that, you know, shells and whatnot, but I left off pretty much with talking about planes in the game. They're in the game, yes, but if you're doing, see, it's kind of strange in a sense, because the game originally started out with planes, and then they went to ground forces, and they keep updating both now, which is good. I mean, the game originally started out as just a flying game, and you can definitely tell when you look at some of the tech trees, the planes are all over the place. Let's just do a preview here. And just like the tanks, each is different. Armor. I don't fly planes. I can't stand them. Again, basic layout of armor and whatnot. Modifications, all the same. You see, it's if you play it, you understand it. I've taken the plane out maybe once or twice, and I just don't like how it plays or feels. I prefer the tanks. That said, do planes actually impact a ground battle fight? And there is a resounding absolutely yes. They absolutely do. And the planes, they are notoriously effective against anything open turreted. Here, we'll take a look at the Flak Panzer one, the Gepard. And here you go. All open, no armor protection at all, except for the front plate here. And that machine gun's going to shoot through that too. This is SPAA, by the way. This thing is meant to take out planes. But planes equally can take this out. Now, some tanks obviously are bombers, and the bombers are here. And the bombers, if you get hit with a plane bomb and you're in a tank, you're either dead or wishing you were dead because of the amount of damage that they do. SPA, on the other hand, not incredibly effective against armor, but it can be done, which is nice. It's just like these things have like a high rate of fire, low penetration, low damage, but like I said, you shouldn't be shooting anything that's armored. You can shoot other SPAA. I mean, let's see here. Let's go back. Like, I remember I was playing this thing. If you drive up to this and shoot it, guess what? You're not going to have any problems. You are going to kill it without an issue. And, there's no armor, it's just SPA. It's SPAA. It's basically to shoot down planes. Yet this thing, I've had an amazing amount of tank kills with this thing as well. Again, if you know where to shoot, you can probably damage them. But planes make an impact in the game. To make an impact, a big enough impact. You get a bomber, that's it. Now, certain German tank destroyers and whatnot, we'll go over here. Let's take a look at, oh, I don't know. You know what, let's look at the Nashorn. Very nice gun, very effective. Shit armor, even for a tank. A tank can kill this thing with no problem. Airplane, machine gun the entire side, kill everyone inside. Shoot them right inside, kill everything inside. That's it. Crew is very, very ineffective. And this is another thing that raises another question is, why include these tank destroyers? Tanks can kill them with ease. Planes can kill them with ease. There's no protection. You can kill this thing with a machine gun. Right in the side. But it's got one hell of a nice gun. That's the only saving grace it has. But other than that, it's not going to move fast. It's got piss poor armor, and this is what confuses me. is the fact that they allow this into the game when World of Tanks, clearly you can see the point of camouflage techniques and whatnot for tank destroyers like this. You can understand it clearly. They would hide in a bush, shoot. Arcade battles, the minute you're spotted, your name's highlighted, you can't hide. Unless if you hide behind something where you have to disappear off radar for a little bit, you know what I mean? But here, you're not going to take this to the front lines, you'll be dead. He just unloads his machine gun and you're dead. So why include it? I don't know. I mean, it's a nice effect with the gun and whatnot, but it's way too weak in my opinion. Anyway, planes, they have an impact on the game, and they're in there. When it's the plane arcade battles are much different than the tank ones. Plane ones, all you're doing is fighting in the planes. That's it, from what I understand. I don't play it. I don't know for sure 100%, but I understood that that's what it is. You don't start out with planes in the air and whatnot in ground forces. And there's a whole new type of play style with planes. I mean, that's good. I give Gaijin credit to this stuff. I really do. That they're working two fronts here, and it's not easy. And both the fronts meet eventually in ground forces, which is good. I think it's cool, but at the same time, planes are a pain in the goddamn ass. They really are. Some people can shoot them out of the air with the tank main gun, and kudos for you. Good for you that you did that. I may have done it maybe once or twice, but some people make a habit of doing it, and I can't. And I have, though, shot them down with coaxial machine guns and whatnot that are in the turret. See, the machine gun does have a purpose after all, doesn't it? But the planes do impact the game. And there are some crazy players in this game with these things. There was this one match where it was, I think it was Stalingrad, I think it was, where there was a tractor factory or some kind of factory. It was all bombed out and whatnot. And there was this checkpoint that people had to take over, because there's various points that you have to keep and hold that. And that's basically how you win these matches. You got a checkpoint, you keep it going, and you just watch the enemies' points disappear. Once they're all gone, the enemy loses, or you lose, or if they lose all their tanks, they lose. But we had on our side, I watched this as I was driving up. Literally, I couldn't believe what I was seeing here. We had a bunch of like 3 or 4 tanks inside a burnt-out building or hangar of some type. And they were watching the checkpoint. Anyone that went near it, they would shoot and kill. Which is good for them because they're getting the points, but ultimately it defeats the purpose of getting, or not of getting, but of winning the game. Because there's no point of doing all this if you can't capture the point, you know what I mean? You're supposed to get the points, win the match. That's how it works. Excuse me. But I was driving up in my tank, and I watched a bomber fly super low, duck inside of this hangar. Mind you, he's going top speed. This all happened in seconds. The guys in the tank guarding the checkpoint on my team had no idea what was going on because they're hyper-focused on the checkpoint. Plane lands, crashes right in there, but just before it crashes, this player drops the bomb. Wipes them all out. Killed himself, but wiped out the entire lot of tanks that were there guarding that point. So yes, planes, they are a pain in the ass in this game. SPA is only effective at ranges, at certain ranges. And I hate to say this, from what I have played in my SPAs, which I kind of like, they're kind of cool, is they have to be coming at you or driving by you at a relatively close range for your shots to actually matter. Because if you see a plane way the hell up there that looks like a dot, your shots are not going to hit that. Be logical. It's not going to happen. But planes make the impact. Now people are talking about they're adding ships to the title. Well, I'll tell you right now, there are some maps that have some water and whatnot, but I personally would love You see ships, but at the same time, how would that affect gameplay? You would have to have planes in there attacking the ships, because tanks shooting offshore to them, it's not going to be too effective. If they're smaller ships, yeah, possibly. But battleships and stuff like that off the coast, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do shit in a tank. And these guys would be, the game would be seriously broken if they threw battleships in, I think. Bombarding an East Coast, any tank that's over, not East Coast, what am I saying? Bombing a coast would literally decimate everything that's there. And there would be no gameplay functionality at all. But that's what they're talking about, adding ships and whatnot. They're practically there. They have tanks now that drive in the water as well. With that aside, when I come back, I will be talking about pretty much the game overall and my final thoughts about it. Until then, I hope you enjoy what you're playing, because that's the point, is to have fun at what you're playing, not to sit there and be pissed off all the time. But I hope you enjoy whatever you play, have fun. See you next episode. Bye.